The Tower of Babel. Genesis chapter 11, verse 4. Then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves. Otherwise, we will be scattered over the face of the whole earth." Dream glanced around the open space at the Akron Library and watched everyone zone out in their head devices. Even the librarians sat like robots with their heads covered in VR helmets. The metaverse had finally initiated its full rollout and was more intense than anyone had anticipated. He was impressed with how far tech had come, but the new app made him queasy. It had a disturbing stronghold on everyone, and it was just too much about it that he didn't understand. As if in response to this thought, a man, 2 desks down, began crying tears of joy as he motioned his body like he was hugging someone. Dream's skin crawled as he realized he was watching a guy heal his inner trauma with a ghost. He flipped open his Mac, noting he was the only one still using an old-school computer. He shook his head as he remembered the price of it just a year ago. Never would he have imagined that it would age him to still be using it a mere 12 months later. Dream opened Google and a window filled the screen. "Would you like to explore your search with Meta?" He quickly selected no, hoping this wouldn't be popping up at every function going forward. He made a mental note to check out his settings later, but right now he needed to research. What exactly is the metaverse? He typed into the search bar. The Google blurb that appeared at the top of the feed immediately gave him a bad feeling. The metaverse is a vision of what many in the computer industry believe is the next iteration of the internet. A single, shared, immersive, persistent, 3D virtual space where humans experience life in ways they could not in the physical world. When did the entire physical world become too limited, too boring? It came off arrogant to him that we thought we could create another reality that was above the beauty of nature. And was anyone else reading this terrifying description? Single, shared, immersive, persistent. Literally the exact grouping of adjectives he would use to describe something like a pandemic or a cult or a rampant STD. Not something to be enjoyed. He continued reading and an ad appeared showing an old man drinking a beer with some friends and a young woman being embraced by a man with a perfect chiseled face. Never feel disconnected again in the metaverse. Dream couldn't believe how single-layered the marketing was on this thing. He clicked on another link that was describing the anatomy of it all. This was directed towards businesses who were recommended to capitalize on early ventures of this new world. The best thing about the metaverse is that it's not complete yet. It's waiting for you to help build it. Click the link to stake your claim and design your virtual storefront today. Dream was certain he had read nearly those exact words when learning about Christopher Columbus and Manifest Destiny. He wondered to himself, if these are the new colonizers, then who are the new slaves? Dream felt his stomach grumble as he worried about the answer to that question. He decided he had enough research for the day. As he walked through the library to leave, he looked for a single face that wasn't covered with a headset but couldn't find one. He headed down High Street in the direction of University of Akron and saw through the windows of the John S. Knight Center. The few humans in there were resting in chairs, head covered in bulbous screens. There were no cars and almost no sound in the evening air as he walked alone. Tech had built a city in the cloud to connect us, but no one could see that humanity had been scattered.